What is going on? Welcome back to Lawn Dude Unearthed. Out here actually looking at properties, trying to see if this rain is going to slow down at all. Because out here in Northern Virginia this week, real time, it is Wednesday, May 15th, 2024. And we've had on and off rain all day yesterday, which I actually managed to stay out the whole day. Most of the stuff was commercial, obviously got wet, but it is what you have to do in this industry. Nothing new. Now, that rain continued on into the night, and it's still like a steady drizzle as of 8 o'clock this morning. So I know a lot of people would honestly sit here and go, what to do? What should I do? Sit around all day and do absolutely nothing? Maybe I should sleep in. Honestly, some people might be in a position where they can sleep in, man. But I could tell you right now, for me, I'm not in that position. I got to get up and grind. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have to get up and grind. I would love to be the guy that just would sit here and say, yeah, I'm doing so doggone good, man, to the point where I could just sit here and, just relax. But I can't. I can't get that comfortable. And the reason why I say that is because I'm not where I would like to be. I don't have my family position where I would like us to be positioned, especially financially. So when you have those type of ambitious goals, you can't get them laying around and doing absolutely nothing. So yeah, it's a rain day. Yeah, I'm in the lawn and landscape industry. Yeah, I work in a lot of rain days. But in this case, it's one of those situations where the ground is soaking wet because the rain really hasn't stopped since yesterday. So it makes it a whole different scenario. So what do? I regroup this route, reschedule this route. I had to reschedule to Friday. I always try to keep 1 or 2 Fridays open per month just for these rain days. The other ones I usually fill with miscellaneous like projects and work. But this happens to be a Friday that I kept open just for this type of situation. Next Friday I already have booked for Memorial Day cuts because obviously I'm not working Memorial Day. So all my Monday lists will be done this coming Monday. Then I'll turn around next Friday and go on back out and take care of them. Well, gee, here's the question I get all the time. Well, gee, if you're cutting them on Monday and they happen to be a weekly client, how are you going to turn around and cut them again on Friday? You might ask. Well, I have an answer for that. Those that are weekly, I have some that I know ahead of time that aren't really going to grow, which honestly, it's like 2 of them. So what I'll do is skip this Monday and just get them on Friday. Okay, now for the rest of the weeklies, I fertilize them. Other companies fertilize some of them, maybe like a couple of them. Those are the ones I don't like doing. All ones that other companies fertilize, I'm not the biggest fan of, because these companies put way too much nitrogen down, so the lawns grow entirely too fast. Anyways, Now, these fertilized lawns, I've already decided to move up to 4 inches in the cut height. As of last week, I had everybody up to 4 inches. And the reason for that, this is a whole month earlier than when I usually do it. Usually I wait till June. But the reason for that is because the weather out here has been so doggone wacky. You know, it's hot one week, cool the next week, hot the next week. Well, if it gets hot again, or when it gets hot again, rather, we're already going to be ready and have everything at the right height. That right there is why I decided to go ahead and move up to 4 inches now. So because of that, when I go out on Monday, my big plan is to cut at 4 inches per usual on all my weeklies. Go back out next Friday at 3.5 inches. That way it holds on for those extra, well, it'll be extra 3 days. Extra 3 days of cutting. You know, since I'll be coming out on the following Monday. I'll go from that Friday. I'll skip that Monday. So, yeah, that'll be really an extra 2 days onto the route. But at 3.5, it should hold it off and then go back out there and cut it at 4 inches when I return to cutting. So, currently, that is my plan for that. But because of that, this Friday I do have open, which works out perfect because it looks like today's route is moving to Friday. Of course, it'll be the day I have a dental appointment scheduled in the afternoon as well, so I guess it's going to be pedal to the metal that day. And then we also, another thing that I would do, like say today, what I'm doing right now, like the reason why you just heard silence is I'm actually out here taking care of an estimate as we speak. So with that estimate being done right now, with this estimate, I got a job that closed right now for stump grinding for the backyard. Now we know, as most know, I got the Rhino mini skid this year. We invested in that and we have a stump grinding attachment. Problem with this yard is the gate is smaller than, it looks like it's pretty small. I think it's about 36 inches. I believe my machine might be about 43 inches, which would mean I'd have to rent a machine. So I'm out here to measure the gate. And I got a mowing estimate. I got a follow-up call with a potential client. And then I have another estimate out the area. And at that point, I want to see the rain stops. Now, I'm driving my truck today. Just my truck, my Ram 2500. I do have a canopy cover on the back of this truck, which is nice because I keep my customer service stuff in the back. So some of my customer service stuff consists of an Echo 9010 and another one of my backup 2620 trimmer, Echo trimmer with the Darwin grip. So because of this, I'm waiting to see if it's going to slow down at all out here or stop. If it stops, like the 3 or 4 townhomes I happen to still have, I will run out, go trim them, blow them off, and then I'll go to some other stops on the route and just trim them to get them ready for the next couple of days so that I can just go out to those set stops and just mow. So that's currently my plan for today, and then I'm probably going to get in and sharpen me a set of the Ballard Gold blades. Probably go ahead and change out the set that is on the 72 inch right now, because with it being this wet and me doing big properties all day tomorrow, like I'm doing multi-acre properties, When it's this wet, you don't want to run the machine over it more than once, and that's tough for me because I do a lot of double cutting in the spring, especially on my fertilized lawns. But in this case, I'm going to have to go slow and hope that I can just put one pass on it so I don't worry about any type of damage. Now, because of this, I'm thinking about changing the blades, even though you basically dulled them right away, cutting wet lawns. But I'm thinking I'm going to change the blades to give it a better shot of, being a one-time pass type of situation. And the 72-inch on duals, unfortunately, is going to have to be the machine that I keep on the truck for the next couple of days, just because when it's this wet, as most know, them duals are made to be able to kind of like glide over the turf without tearing up turf, which is what I love about the machine. So, current goal is to basically stay productive, man. I'm trying to get some sales in here while also trying to get some production in here because, like I said, I have too many doggone goals for me to sit around doing absolutely nothing. I look at that as stealing from your family. When there are things you could do to be better, to do better, and you're not doing them, that's basically stealing from your family. Now, if I were to do anything else today, it would have been going to my daughter's appointment today. I stayed behind, though, so I could take our son to school this morning. Even had it not rained, and I would have had a full route today, anyone who knows me knows I would have made a way. But since I'm not at her appointment, my wife and daughter are out at her appointment right now as we speak. Well, as I'm recording this podcast, by the time you listen to it, she'll be done with her appointment. But since I'm not at her appointment, I need to do something productive. Even check on properties I have scheduled for the next couple of days to see how wet they are and make sure I can service them. If you have maintenance on equipment, this is your time to do it. If you don't have a correct, proper maintenance schedule, I happen to have one. I always make time for maintenance because you spend too much money on all this stuff for them to break down. But for me, I'm always productive on rain days. That's kind of like what my plan is for how I'm handling this rain day, and I kind of gave you my plan for Memorial Day as well. So if you have any questions on how I do any of those things, please feel free to ask, and I'll either record another podcast or I'll just answer you directly. I get a lot of questions, a lot of the same questions. There'll definitely be a podcast so that, it can help everybody out. Because these are things that I did not have when I was, coming up in the business. I didn't have podcasts and stuff, and YouTube and everything to listen to, to give suggestions and this, that, and the third. That's why I say, let me know if you have any questions on this. But that's my 2 cents on that. Y'all take it easy. Peace. Thank you for listening to Lawn Dude Unearthed, where we dive into deep topics, discussing not only the highlight reels, but we talk about the lowlight reels, the struggles, the successes. Anything we want to talk about for today, we will cover on this podcast. Once again, I appreciate you for listening to this. If you can, please give us a 5-star review. We are currently on Apple, Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, and still working on a few more. Thanks again for listening to us. Y'all be blessed. Peace.